What's up, guys? Today at Breakpoint, we're making taco meat. Simple, should take about 5 minutes, on the cook time on the stove. Preparation's not so bad. I would recommend, you don't have to, but I have stewed Mexican tomatoes. You can buy them at all the grocery stores. It's pretty easy to find, at least in my area. We got some taco seasoning. You can get that at Costco, Sam's, or the grocery store. That's pretty simple. If not, you can make your own taco seasoning. It's not that hard if you got all the stuff for it. But anyway, let's get started here. We're going to need an onion, and we're going to need some garlic. And these are stewed tomatoes, so I'm going to have to blend them. So I'm going to add a can of water. With this, it'll help the meat cook. The secret to this is you have to add the tomatoes before you start cooking, guys. If you don't add the tomatoes before you start cooking, then you're going to have these big clumps. At the end, once this is done cooking, you're going to see how small the consistency of the meat should be. And that will help you fill tacos, burritos. It just looks a lot prettier, I guess. All right, well, that's enough of that. Doesn't have to be totally blended to perfection, just as long as you got all the big chunks out. And what happened to my knife? Barely, there it is. Big dork. I'm gonna just crush the garlic here, and then I'm gonna chop these onions up, and then we'll see you at the stove. All right, guys, we're at the stove. I'm going to turn this bad boy on to high. We're going to add about 2 pounds of beef. Now, in goes our stewed tomato mix. I'm going to use my hands, and I'm going to mix this up inside all this tomato. All right, guys, I got it all mixed up. See the consistency here? You're not going to have big chunks. This is going to cook really easy and fast. I'm going to have to rinse my hands off here real quick. And I'm going to throw in the onions and the garlic as well as that's cooking. All right, I'm going to add a teaspoon of cumin. And then I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of taco seasoning that you can just get at Costco or Wally World or Sam's Club or whatever is in your neck of the woods. So now we're going to give that a good stir. And don't be afraid of the liquid. The liquid, you can reduce that by cooking it out. And this is going to take, if you're in a big hurry, let's say you want to feed your kids after school, you just want to make some quick tacos, you could skip the onions. And the meat would only take you about 5 minutes to cook on high. So throw all the tomatoes, tomato sauce, stewed tomatoes, whatever you want, however you want to do that. Add about a can of water. Mix it all, start stirring up. you'll be done in the 5-minute mark. So the pan is starting to get hot. You can start seeing it sizzle now. We're simmering. We're going to cook this, and in 5 minutes we'll be back. Okay, folks, it's been cooking for about 5 minutes. I want to show you the consistency of this meat. As you can see, there's no big chunks, globs, or anything that looks weird. It's very uniform. This is why it's very important to mix that tomato sauce mixture that we had in here before you turn on the heat. Make sure it's all mixed up good. If you do that, you'll never have any weird looking meat again. It'll be beautiful, it'll be nice, and it makes sense. All right, so other than that, folks, this is ready to eat. You could reduce this down like I said. You could use a slotted spoon. If it's too much liquid in there for you, you're the judge of that. Everybody's different. I'm going to add some cracked fresh black pepper to this, and I'm done. For all you that want it to be hotter, you could add your jalapenos, of course, or any other peppers that you desire. That's up to you, but I'm trying to make this as friendly as I can. All right, guys, it's done. The finished product is done. So again, remember, it's important to mix those tomato sauce, whatever you're going to use, stewed tomatoes, tomato sauce, some tomato paste, whatever it is that you have in your pantry. It doesn't have to be exact. Use some kind of form of tomato and mix that in with your ground beef before you start cooking. And when you do, you're going to see this kind of consistency. You might be one of those people that are like, I don't like onions. Fine, don't use them. I don't like garlic. Fine, don't use it. But whatever you do with your meat, that's how it should come out. And so this is kind of, if you've ever cooked a stew before, if you ever cooked anything that it needs to be reduced down, you can use a slotted spoon if it's too much liquid in for your taste, and just press it down like this. See this, how the juice is coming out? Bam. Now, you're not going to have a dry taco, dry burrito, quesadilla, whatever it is that you want to make. You're going to have everything that you can possibly have. So, again, thank you for coming to Breakpoint, and this is our taco meat. Enjoy.